swing batters. And if you aren't firing at the top, it puts a lot of pressure through the other players through the middle. Bangladesh will be hoping that this pair can provide a solid start, can give them that base and foundation to set up a good total, a match-winning total.
Well, Shoma is not new to opening, but this, as you mentioned, Sam, a lot of chopping and changing in the top order. Not only the top order, even they're trying to figure out what the best mix would be in the middle order. Right the way through, there's been a failure in the performance by the batters. And now back at home, in conditions that they know, it is time for them to really put up some resistance and a good start to really give them some confidence early on. Whips that away, drifting down leg, it's going to race away. Just easing off before reaching the boundary. So the finish on a high. End of the first over, 7 without loss. There have been quite a few changes from the previous game for Bangladesh. Have Asif Rahman Daskinam and Shoma Sarkar and Mahidul Islam Ankon, the debutant, coming in, replacing Hassan Mahmoud, Nahid Rana, Mohammad Naeem and Shamim Hussain from the previous one they played. So they'll be hoping that the batters can get them off to that start that Samuel was mentioning. It's imperative that you get a solid start. Again, drifting down leg, that's one area the bowlers will have to avoid.
Yeah, absolutely. Mario Shepherd with the new ball from the opposite end. So in as much as you're thinking about spin and what they can potentially do during this game, when you have the ball in hand, everyone has to contribute. There's so much riding on this series. If you put the series in perspective, with direct qualification for the ODI World Cup up for grabs, and both these teams outside that top 8 at the moment, 9th and 10th. The top 8 teams in addition to the host, South Africa and Zimbabwe, will have that direct qualification. So as things stand currently, one out of these 2 teams potentially will secure that direct berth, and the other will have to go through the qualification phase. Yeah, look at that there, West Indies and Bangladesh 9th and 10th.
Just what they needed to avoid, as I mentioned, going way down the leg side, giving in wide, maybe trying a little bit too much. Just looking at those ratings at 80 and 74, not too far apart. So as you mentioned, Samuel, very, very crucial series.
Yeah, and South Africa in number 6 there, they automatically qualify as being a full member host. So for all intents and purposes, the top 9 teams will qualify directly. So you want to ensure that you're in that top 9. As it stands at the moment, West Indies just ahead of Bangladesh. So a 3-0 series win for either team will solidify or get them up, maybe a shift in positioning. And that's why this series is all the more crucial. You know, just a leading edge there. Still not finding his radar, Romario Shepherd. Maybe angling a little bit too much down the leg side.
Down the wicket, gives him the charge, very fortunate. Gets the inside part of the bat, once again premeditated, uncalled for. Early part of the innings, you do not want them to see trying this kind of strokes.
Yeah, they've struggled, haven't they, in the recent past. 3-0 dismantling by Afghanistan, haven't batted up to even 30 overs in the last 2 innings.